And we're live. I hope I'm live. That was a very interesting start to the morning. I went to set this up to go live and everything failed. Could connect to YouTube, could connect to Facebook. I was like, what in the world is going on? So literally with 1 minute to spare, I was able to figure it out and get it up and running. So that was fortunate for me. You'll have to forgive me. I'm having a horrible allergy day. There's a lot of pressure right here. I can breathe, but things are flowing behind the scenes. So I'm going to do a lot of snuffling more than usual. And for that, I'm very apologetic. But it is what it is. And to be fair, it's only going to offend a couple of you. Good morning. I am Jeff Perryman, and this is Vectors and Pixels. It's a stream where I just kind of do whatever I want via art, 3D modeling, sketching, whatever. And as this is titled, this is episode 32. And I know I've had other episodes I got misnumbered, and then there have been a few weeks that I haven't aired. But 32, that's an impressive number of streams. And I want to thank each and every one of you for helping me do this. I mean, it's a Tuesday morning. Most of you are at work. So those of you who do drop by, I'm very appreciative of. And those of you who are going to watch this later, thank you. Just thank you. I'm trying to grow this community, and I'm trying to, reach out further. So if you could take a moment to like, subscribe, follow, depending on what platform you're on, share with your friends anything that, if I'm doing something that you think they might like in addition to something that you might like. What is it they're going to like? Well, I am a cartoonist, and I have a background in video game development. And one of the things that I like to do is work in 3D, but I also love working in Flash. Good morning, pantsless pirates. Good morning, Captain. It's Captain Dander Greybeard, for those of you who are watching later or coming in later. He is our leerless fleeter of the Pantsless Pirates and is the head of Pantsless Pirates Gaming. He does his own gaming videos where he plays WoW and Mermaid.io. Some of the rest of us will be streaming later on. I think it would be fun to stream Fallout 76 over there, just because I fumble around and fall off of mountains a lot. And it's a good time. But his streams are every Wednesday at 8 Arizona time. You should go over to Pantsless Pirates Gaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I believe all three of those are correct. And check out the Captain doing his thing, and color commentary by yours truly and the rest of the crew. So give me a second here. And I see that the Captain is joining us via Twitch too. Thank you very much. That's good coffee. It's my small mug. I hope you're doing well out there, Captain. I hope everyone else is doing as well as can be. Get the shame. Oh! Hi, Ashley. How you doing? Looks like I have liked my live stream. Yeah, you like this mug. It's me small one. It's got a minor disaster on the back of it, but that's okay. I'm a big fan. I'm hoping you are doing well and recovering well. By the way, that dress looks amazing before and after. So, thank you for sharing your experiences. Oh boy, I need this morning. I am tired puppy. And welcome everybody who's joining us. We'll be getting to the art here in a second. Shameless plugs. As you can see by the ticker, I'll be at Tucson Comic-Con in September. Please come on by. You will see me working on, oh, hey, Sam, he's liked the stream. You will see me working on battle badge art throughout a few of these streams. We have a website, chainreactionstore.com. Please check it out. There's not a lot going on right at the moment, but it's there, and we're going to work on it. And then, of course, if you really want to support me and my caffeine-fueled art engine, you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/chainreaction. Every dollar goes towards fueling this art-crazed engine, pumping it full of the good caffeine that it needs to grow and be weird. I can't imagine how big the big one is. Some people have called it a soup bowl. I disagree. That's me. All right, let's get on with this. When we were working last stream, we are working on a air wizard / ice. So the game is battle badges, and one of the elements, excusing the pun here, is there are 3 colors. We have red, blue, green: fire, ice, nature. And I'm working on the one of the expansion characters, and it's going to be a wizard. And I thought I would start with a blue wizard. And originally, blue and white and air, I figured that those would go together. It was kind of pointed out it's might be a little confusing, but that's okay. It's just a color. But what came out of the conversation was that instead of being an air wizard, he's a storm wizard, a weather wizard. I went, I like that. I like that a lot. And so the little guy got finished up off screen, and we're going to go over here. And this is what I ended up with. And I've been kind of messing around with him. I've been adding just little things to kind of add a little energy to the piece. So we've got some particles, and we've got some lightning. Let's actually go into the character itself. Oops, a little too close. Whoop. Let's try that again. Whoop. And go into the character. And so I've taken the texture that was all over him, which was this texture here that you see in the trim. I took that off of the white and just put it on the trim because I thought it looked better. Replaced his logo, although you guys probably never saw it with a logo. But had a logo in here. I was pointing out it was a little reminiscent, so I came up with this one, which is a nice one since he's throwing lightning bolts and stuff. We've got his face, a little more detail, and I don't know, I'm a big fan of those blue eyes. Not that anyone's ever going to see them because it's going to be printed on a badge. It's only like 3 inches, the whole badge. So overdrawing again is always an issue for me. And then what was that layer? Add some, there we go, magic. And this is how he came out. So I think we're going to call him done unless you guys have any glaring errors that I've created with this piece. Let's open up his the blue fighter. So we have basic fighters with what the game's going to ship with, and then I'm working on some expansion characters, which are going to be the wizards, rogues, clerics. There's one more in there. Rogues, clerics, wizards. There's a 4th. I can't, maybe it's ranger. I can't remember, but we have the classic classes. And I just thought it'd be kind of fun. So let's show off. I really have got to quit trying to think on my feet because I'm doing a lot of that and it personally bothers me. When you go through broadcasting, they tell you that that's the sign of someone trying to think. And when you get a broadcaster who does that a lot when they're speaking, telling the news or the weather or whatnot, it comes across as you don't know what you're talking about. And surely in this case I don't. But now, one of the things I've noticed with this guy, this is the basic blue fighter, the ice fighter, that I've done over here that I really like is this outline. I do have a lighter blue outline for him, and then I followed it up with this white outline, which I honestly think it really helps make him pop up off the badge. Now he is only going to be, oh, I forget, a little bit bigger than that. Let's say badge is only going to be about that big. That might be too big, but roughly about this big. So having that white outline, especially along this edge right here, makes him kind of still pop up off the badge. And when he was larger, it really, I think, gives a level of energy to the piece. He's adorable. Maybe to clarify the character more on his tunic, for the trim, you could put the elements he's in charge of on his black trim to have them pop. I like that idea, and originally I was kind of going with this scale, which actually is this piece right here, which is behind my camera view. There it is. These are kind of clouds. I went with an Asian cloud scale thing going on, but again, it's going to be this big. So I don't know how well it will translate, but I like the idea. And I had toyed with putting things on his robe, but then you run into it being too busy, too much going on. And I think I'm running the risk with these particles that I've got laid in here, because I don't think you're really going to see them, and I think it adds, let's see what it looks like this big here. So this is with the particles on, this is with it off. On, off. What do you guys think? I did it because I wanted some more energy in the piece and add another layer of just texture. But now that I see it small, I'm not sure if it adds that much to the piece. So what do you guys think? I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. You know, if you want to help out, buy me a coffee.com/chainreaction. I hate to do that. I always feel bad with the self-promotion, but you know, every little bit helps. You can see the trim better on the black now. Yes, you have to zoom into it. And it will show up when printed. The printers that I use have really good detailed printers. So all of this will show up, but I'm concerned, is this layer of particles even needed? I like them because it adds energy, but I'm not sure how much it adds. So let me do this. You guys let me know what you guys think. I really need that today. Okay, so what started this was, as I was noticing I had done things on this character that I really like that have not translated, is it this one? To this character. And I think, and it's a real simple thing for me to do, as soon as I can find him, is I'm going to add that white outline around him as soon as I can figure out where him is. Oh, there we go. Character. Now I tend to do this outline layer on all my characters, actually. They should be labeled. Oops. And we're going to select that, copy that, and we're going to add another layer underneath this. And I'm going to paste all that in place, which means it's not going to show up. We're going to make it white, and then it's 12, so we're going to go 24 to start. That might be too much. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's too much for this character. So it's 12, 18. Let's go with 18. It's a little bit better. And zoom out on him. And that helps pick out his fingers across the darker blues, the tips of his boots. It just gives me something more to work with. And I might adjust this color here. I like this lighter color. Let's see, it works better for the white, but let's see what we got going on here. So I'm going to borrow this color right here. And let's see how I feel. Hello, character. Work with me. There we go. We're going to try that and just see how I feel about it. A little consistency between the characters. Agreed with you that it adds, but not like a ton, because the colors are so light and pip well, but I think you meant pop. If it will be cheaper to print, then leave it off. It will be the same. If it's going to be the same, I'd say keep it. Well, it doesn't cost me a dime one way or the other, more or less. So we'll go ahead and keep it then. Sounds like a good idea. So these two, let me move him over here, are contemporaries. Let's see if I can get them at the same scale. Tweak. And tweak. So these are our contemporaries. I can see I need to do a few things with him. No, excuse me for all the stuffling. I do apologize. Pop! Yes. I figured pop. So here is our ice warrior, or blue fighter. Red beats blue, blue beats green, green beats red. It's kind of a rock, paper, scissors, and that's used to determine ties. So in this game, you would put a sword or a shield in one of these four quadrants hidden behind your hand. And when you're ready, you show it to your friend, who's hopefully wearing another badge. Otherwise, it'd just be weird to walk up and go to them with his badge. And you look to see if your sword hits an open spot on their badge or not. But if two swords clash, what do? And this is where the colors come in. Red will defeat blue. So they'll do the damage and blue doesn't. Blue will defeat green, and green will defeat red. Now, if a red and red or a blue and blue do this, then they cancel each other out. And that's the importance of the colors. And when you are partying up to go after monsters, having a good assortment of colors will be important. And this is more for tournament play. And we'll get into that as we get closer to September. And in order to get to September, now that we've kind of decided, all right, we're happy with this, I'm going to go save this bad boy off. Made some tweaks to this. Now, we have a choice. I do have some maintenance work. I'm not sure if that's the right word for it, but you remember a while back, for those of you who've been with the stream for a while, I was modeling little 3D swords and shields and maces and stuff. Well, those were so that I can turn them into the bibs, which I don't think I've got one near me. Hang on. Enjoy my pajamas. Yeah. Nice thing about working from home is that you guys are lucky I'm wearing pants. Pajamas count. So, let's go to the big screen here. On the back of each badge will come swords, shields, and your life meter or heart. And so you would put these on here, wherever you want to put them. Put them on there, move them around, and then when you're ready, you go, ha-ha! And then you decide, okay, your sword hit here. Oh, I took a point of damage. Dang it. And then you move your little heart thing down. And you go, I can't do this backwards. Try to do this looking at the camera. So my sword went to there. Did it hit an open spot or not? It's a simple game. It's really fun, actually. And the rules are fairly simple. You can gang up on other people. Good morning, Lori. And how are you doing this morning? You can gang up on people. You can have 2 players against 1. You can have a party against a monster. Monsters are much more powerful. They have bigger badges, more health, and they win all ties. Fantastic! Well, playing D&D at work apparently should be a fantastic thing. I use that jokingly. It's a team building exercise day for some people. And it's always fun. So this is what a basic badge looks like. In fact, this is our green warrior. And I was getting ready to do the green wizard, and I thought it'd be great to do this druid, and I've got this really cool, cute character. And I realized if I do that, all the green characters will be female. I went, huh. So that brings me to a quandary. Maybe you can help me out here. I don't have any replacement sketches, but I did start working on what I thought was going to be the Fire Mage. We'll put him over here. And here's some sketches of Fire Mage that I had done a while back. Fire Wizard. And he's not symmetrical. I actually had to break him down the center, figure out what bits I liked, and then start going from there. But I'm like, I realized, oh crap, could this be a sorceress? Should it be a sorceress? Or should I go ahead with my druid idea and have at least 2 females in the green, and I have no females in the blue or the red at this point. And I do like having a good balance. That way, and I may come back and make sure that if I have a male fighter, I'll have a female fighter. If I have a male wizard, I'll have a female wizard. That way, someone who's coming up and wants to play a particular color and or gender, then they have their choice. They can be the fire sorceress or the fire mage. They don't have to make a decision. And I think that that would be the best way to do this in the long run. But my launch, I'm only going to have 3 fighters. Should I do 6 fighters, have a male and female of each group, which is the ultimate goal? I don't want anyone to have to go, oh, I want it to be this, and I can't because it's not available. Give everyone the option to be exactly what they want to be when they're role playing and having fun. Now things that make you go, I don't know why I gave this guy tight cheeks like this. You're never going to see it because of the beard. But anyway. Yeah, I think I need to draw them definitely too, yes. Or as spelled, Daffagilly. I like Jeffagilly. Daffagilly. Daffagilly. You should Daffagilly do that. That's a good word. But, so, let's mull this over. I do have what I said, some maintenance to do. And so going back to those 3D swords and things. Oh, please display. Please display. It's not going to display. Oh, there it is. Can you guys see the little blue sword on the screen? I hope. I've noticed that slicing software does not play well with others. Does not want to play well with others. Okay, you can see it. Good. It took it a second there, and I was a little concerned. All right. So, speaking of blue, since we're working with blue, you can see it too? Good. Thank you, Sam. This is the blue sword. Well, it's not because it's the color blue. That's what everything comes in at this color. But this is the sword that, like on the green character, like this one, that's so satisfying. Clunk. This will be the shape of the blue one. And this is modeled in 3D Studio Max and exported as an STL file. I probably could have done it as OBJ, but it doesn't matter. And it's ready for printing. Almost. I thought it would be fun to show you guys what it takes to go from a thing in my head to a model in the 3D model, like this right here. This is the 3D model, to making it a physical object. Import it into a slicing program, which is what this is. Why is it called slicing? Because, as you can see, it is slice. Ooh, that's not perfectly flat, but that's okay. This is our slicing program. It shows us the different layers that the printer will go through to print this, and it'll start from 0, go, and just kind of build up. Now, if this were a problem, this is where I would go, oh, okay, I need to come through and make sure the base of this is just perfectly level and flat, so that I don't have this little... The green is the very first thing it's going to get printed, and then it's going to print all of that. So for some reason, that little bit right there is lower than that little bit. In this particular case, this is not a problem. Even though I know everything's in the green here, it would show me bad things in red. I wonder if it would do it. I flipped over here. Yeah, bad things are in red. Why is that all red? Because it is 90 degrees to the plate, which is what this grid here represents. When you are printing for 3D, you don't want, from 3D should I say, you don't want everything to be 90 degrees, because you'll get elephant's foot, which is where the material tends to create a little bit larger outline. Get some failures, like this circle where I want to put the magnets would droop, and I would not, and I've had it print with no hole in there whatsoever. It's really weird. So to solve that problem, and why this is not an issue, is we're going to come back to the original object here, and I think red. Yeah, it's red. Okay, I'm going to go red, and the curve on both sides too. Yes, the curve would be problematic. But if I rotate this up 45 degrees, like this, and then I come over here, and this pulls it, I think this is 2 millimeters off the plate, maybe 4. I think it's 4 millimeters off the plate. This way, when it prints, like I said, it doesn't matter. It'll print from that little tip right there, which is probably hard to see. Right about there. And grow and grow and grow. And this is how it'll print. 3D printers are cool, but they are answers looking for a problem to solve. Now, you're asking yourself, well, that's great, but what happens between here and here? The printer would lose its fuzzy little mind, and then suddenly you'd have this thing floating in midair. So we need to anchor this whole thing to this bed. We're going to support support it so that it prints appropriately. Now we know the very first thing it's going to print is that bit right there. And that bit right there is floating in midair. So we need to fix that. Now I have this set by default just using medium supports. And I'm going to come in here so I can see what I'm doing a little bit better, and I'm going to put a support right there, I think. Is that a good spot? Nope, missed. Let's not do that. Let's put it right, there we go. That's our first point of contact. So what's going to happen, it's going to print this square, and it bevels it so that it's easy to get off the bed. And it's going to print this little support tower, and then it's going to print that little bit of blue right there. And it's not going to leave anything orphaned in midair. And then it's going to grow. Well, it needs more support because I know for a fact this hole here is going to be an issue. It's not going to want to print properly. And to be honest, this thing's hanging upside down. This is not enough strength to hold this on in midair when it gets heavier and heavier and heavier. Also, I don't want these points here folding in on me. And I know I need at least one support here, roughly. And then might be a good idea to have a support here and a support here and a support there. As you can see, this is going to get messy really fast. So we have a rough start to our supports, but honestly that's not going to do the whole job for us. So we're going to look for places where I think it needs a little support. Let's see, there's some good rules of thumb, and I don't know them all. I am by no means an expert. I just am eyeballing this. I'm going to add a couple of spots here and there where I think it needs supporting. More supports the better, but then we run into, but we're wasting material. And it is a calculation of how much do I want this thing to cost me to make. And it's really what it comes down to. Hopefully not too much. Okay. I think that looks good. I don't think I need supports here. Besides, it's too thin to really worry about it there. And I think there's a good balance between support and over-supporting. So now, let's go to the 0. When the printer runs, it'll print this little green outline. You know, that's this really thin point. I think it's 0.04 is the thickness of these. I am not 100% certain, but it'll print, and it'll print the next layer, the next layer, next layer, and it'll start growing, start shooting off. There's our sword. And we print, and we don't want to leave too much of that sword hanging in midair. So I might put another one in there, but we'll see. But we get a support there, and I think that's pretty good. I mean, I might stick one right there in the center. So let's kind of zoom in here a little bit. Let's see if that's worth our... And I'm going to make it a light one, so it'll be much thinner. So I don't think it needs that much. Maybe just a little help, so it's not hanging there by itself. Because it's kind of hanging until there. So that'll help. Then we got the two heavier supports, and then we have the supports on the sides. And I'm not too worried about these tearing off because this is the bottom, and I'm going to be sanding all of this flat and smooth. I might have put those a little too far out. So I'm going to remove this one and this one, and we're going to put it back as a light. No, I don't want it as a light. Yeah, light would be just fine. There and there. There we go. I think that'll work better. We'll see. And then we print up here. This is just me making sure there's no little bits hanging off in midair. It's just, if there's nothing attached to it, it'll just float away in the goo, which is the resin, and will never get printed. So I'm just making sure that this looks right. And I've learned with experience I only need one in the center there. Although I've never printed this blade like this. I've printed this blade before, but I've never printed it like this. So this will be an experience. And aha! Look at that. See that real thin piece there? I'm concerned that it's not attached enough. Maybe. Maybe. I don't think that's going to be a problem, but it's something to think about. And as we grow this blade, there we go. It's like, how do I zoom? I forgot how to zoom. Grow, grow, grow. So I think, with the exception of maybe this piece right down here, that bit right there, we're good. And I honestly don't think there's anything I can do about it, and it is attached. It's not floating off on its own, which is my biggest concern. I think it will be good too, Lori. I may be overanalyzing this, but that's the kind of thing that you're going to look for when you're creating supports for your 3D model. All right, so I personally think that's a pretty good nick there. How the heck did I get rotated that back here? We'll just, there we go. That's what this little thing's for. All right. Then you get out of, like, how did I get out of whack? You just gotta put it back. Or actually, they have a home. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and slice this, and I will save it onto my little medium here. If this prints well, because I don't think you guys want to sit and watch a printer do its thing for like 30 minutes. Yeah. But we'll come back over here, and we're liking this. By the way, this is a Cheetobox. I like Cheetobox. There's other slicing programs for resin printers that I like a lot too. I have one very specifically for SLA printing, which is the what I call the hot glue gun on a CNC machine. Really? This is boring? Yeah, it is boring to watch something print. That's from experience right there. I can tell you that, boys and girls. So what I'm going to do is, instead of trying to put like 5 or 6 of these on the plate, I'm going to make sure this prints, and then I'll come in and put 5 or 6 on them, and then we'll go into production if they work. But this looks pretty good, so we're going to slice this. Now, what's that mean? Well, remember how I'm sitting here going through this? Well, what it's going to do, well, I'm just going to let it do its thing. Yeah, watching printing is worse than watching paint dry, and it smells a lot worse too. We're going to slice this. So what did it do? It made me a black screen. The way resin printers work, and these are beautiful because it doesn't matter if I have 1 or I have 12 on the plate, it will take the exact amount, same time to print, which is wonderful. And how it does that is, I'll come down here to the bottom. See this white, black and white outline here? This is what gets flashed up from the bottom into the resin. The resin is photosensitive, and so when it is hit with light, it hardens, and that's what we want it to do. So you have, and I don't know how many of you out there know how resin printers work or not. I'm assuming at this point, because it's such more in the mainstream than it used to be, that most people have an understanding, but just in case. You have an LED screen, which is part of the machine, and that's what flashes this black and white photo through a membrane of plastic, clear plastic. It's called the FEP. And FEP stands for the type of plastic it is, and I don't remember because it's really long words and I've been working all night. So FEP is the clear piece of plastic that is stretched across the bottom of a reservoir. This reservoir sits on top of the LED screen, and in this reservoir is the resin that you want to use. And there are different kinds of resins that have different properties, different qualities. So it will be determined by my settings how long this image that we have here, oh, please work with me. Please work with me. Prime time, there we go. This is prime time for you. Please work. It doesn't like to play well with others. So you can tell how many, I think it's milliseconds, that you want to leave this image on the screen, and that will determine how hard or soft it will harden the resin. And then it goes to the next layer and does it again, and does it again, and does it again. In this case, I think we have, how many layers? Come on, work with me. Oh, it doesn't want to play with me. So it wants me to hit play. Alright. We can do that. Where is it? The other direction. Here we go. Come on. There we go. So, and it'll go through, and it makes an image. Each one of these white spots is what it's going to flash onto the screen to harden the resin. The resin. That first piece adheres to the plate, and the plate moves up a little bit, and it does it again, moves up a little bit, does it again, moves up a little bit, does it again. And so each one of these layers, and we're already at 230 layers at this point, and you can watch it. This was almost like watching it do it in real time. Imagine this, but 10 times, 100 times slower. And that's what we got on the screen here. Alright. This is fun. You can stop now. You can stop now. No, we're not going the other direction. Thank you. Good grief. Does not want to. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. Save. There we go. Save. And I already have a lot of stuff in here. And I do have a blue sword sliced already, but I don't trust it. So we're going to call this one Blue Sword 2. And we're going to save it off. Really doesn't like being shown the light of day. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, I thought it would be interesting for some of you to see how this process works. Here's a real good slice of the sword and all the supports at this particular layer, which is halfway. As I go to back up to here, this is 640 layers. So if I were to, can I go to 100%, please? So 852 layers for that last little bitty dot right there. That's the last layer. And it's done. 3D printing is cool. I'm not going to lie. It's cool. To be able to have something in your brain and then build it in the computer is cool to start with. But then to be able to go and hold it. Do I have? Well, I have the mini nuke that I've shown off many, many times. And I thought, yeah, there it is. This is one of the first things I created using 3D printing. It's just this little silly hammer. And this was printed with a SLA printer, which is the plastic. And then I sanded it, which I didn't know at the time because this was real polygonal. It was not round, it was very faceted. And I didn't know what sanding would do, if it would look good or anything. And so I sanded it, put a little wrap on it, painted it. What you guys don't know that I'm going to share with you is this is a weapon from the game Might and Magic. Crusaders, I believe. This one's Crusaders. Might be Warriors from Might and Magic, but I think this is from Crusaders. This is a weapon you can get in that game. Now, it's like, pff, yeah, everyone's doing that, but at the time, blew my mind to be able to go and hold it. Just to hold it. Something that I had created a decade earlier or more in a game that some people played. No one's going to remember this. But this was a weapon from that game. Somewhere in that game. I don't remember if this is a monster weapon or if this is a player weapon. But this is from a video game that I made a long time ago. And here it is between my fingers. That's cool. And to do these little swords for these badge games. that's kind of cool too. And so 3D printing is, beyond the shadow of a doubt, cool. But oh my god, it's so slow and laborious. There's so many things that have to go right for this to happen. And then once you're done, that's not the finished product, because this took finishing. The mini nuke took finishing. Bill Durham from Punish Props, I believe is the gentleman's name, he summed it up right. 90% of making for, in his case, cosplay is sanding. 90% of making props is sanding. Lots and lots of sanding. So there's a lot of work still to even get to this point. This was a lot of work because I had to sand down all of the polygonal feel of this to make it feel round. I wasn't sure if I was going to sand through all the layers. So even this little bitty thing, which I did for funs and grins, it took a lot of work to get it to this point. In fact, if I ever scratch this, I think this was printed with a gold filament. So if it wears, it'll shine gold through, which is by choice. I keep a lot of desk toys too. It's a thing. Anyway, I just thought you guys would find this interesting. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, we've saved it off for testing. I will hopefully get around to it this week, and if I do, then I'll bring on some of the tests and show you what it looks like out of the printer and some of the cleanup process that's involved. But for the most part, I think we're done with this. So since it doesn't want to play well with others, I'm going to just close out that piece of bright software. Let's go back over to here. And we're coming back to this fire wizard. So now that I've made the mental note that at some point I will be doing male and female of all the characters, because it's just the right thing to do. Because some people are going to want to play different things, and I want them to be able to have that option. And if this game gets to be really popular, then I can do some of the gender neutrals too, but I don't know if that's going to happen because this thing would have to really take off. It's just a silly little game that you could use at well, science fiction and fantasy conventions is what it was envisioned at. You could probably do it on college campuses because it's the whole point of the game is it's non-disruptive. You can play a game of killer. A needs to eliminate B, B needs to eliminate C, C needs to eliminate A. Game of killer, and the whole combat is two people or a group of people just standing around going, ha 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 ha, just gotcha, oh crap, ha, and just trying to outwit each other. So it's non-disruptive, and that's what I loved about the game. I could walk around and somebody I don't even know is wearing the badge, and I walk over and give them the symbol or what, I challenge you, whatever you come up with, and you make friends suddenly, and it's cool. And you don't have to be like right here. You can play this game from 6 feet away. You be socially distanced if you're still not comfortable, and you can still play this game. You don't have to touch each other. You don't have to touch anyone else's stuff. You can just show your badge and play, and it's fun. So I'm looking forward to reintroducing this game. In the meanwhile, we have a fire mage to work on, and I figure I'd work on him today for a little bit. We're already almost an hour in, just me flapping my gums. Oh my gosh, why do you guys come here? I don't do anything. So I kind of started some work here. Oh, hey, Lyle Dilly. Hi, how you doing? I hope you're on here someplace. Where was that from? That was from Facebook. Yay! Thank you for watching. Just sitting here kind of doing my thing. So we're going to work on this wizard. And if I can get everything open. I don't want the reference open though. And I'm still working in layers right now. I think I have the eyebrows in here. Oop, yep. So I'm working on the eye, and let's see if we can match some of this silliness. I'm going to use another color. Yeah, that blue will do just fine. And let's see, I want a bit, ooh, whoa, really big. Let's not do that. Irk. All right. So I kind of want angry eyes for this guy. Why is he so angry? I don't know. He's a fire mage. They're all angry. Fire mages, by definition, are really upset. And I think that'll be good. Now, what I'm going to do... What am I going to do? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making this stuff up as I go. And Control or Shift. No, it's Shift. And then I'm going to make a copy of just this thing. I'm going to flip it here. So modify, transform. I wish this was a hotkey. I really do. Get this in here. And I know his eyes are at different levels, but they don't really need to be. And then we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to make him angry. Make him so angry. Kind of hoping those would intersect a little bit better. But they're different enough that they're not 100% symmetrical, which is the whole point of this. So if I bring up the eyebrows, yeah, this should fit nicely with the eyebrows. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to take and get rid of everything else. And then let's hide those eyebrows again, and I'm going to clip that just so, because I don't want it going all the way out to the edge of the head. And And let's see how I feel about that. Well, now he looks cross-eyed by comparison. But I'm drawing a character that's turned and trying to flatten it out, so it's going to look a little weird until it doesn't. Unfortunately. Let's get yet another color in here. Let's do this weird pink. Why are you choosing so many colors, Jeff? The way this program works, if I select something, I can double click it, and if it's of the same colored weight, it'll select the whole thing, which is what I used here. I had the line crossing, this lighter blue crossing the dark blue, and I double clicked so that I could copy the eyes and the bags under the eyes to the other side. Now hopefully when I do this next bit, and I do mean hopefully, he won't look so weird. See what I did there? So I could just move the whole circle. And then I'm hoping, hope, I pull that out. Now we have a set of eyes. He's staring at you, and he's looking real menacing. And being a fire mage, angry. Why are fire mages so angry? Hotheads, I guess. I went there. On that note, you can buy me a cup of coffee.com/chain reaction, and maybe if I get enough coffee in me, I'll stop doing really bad jokes. Have a t-shirt that says, "We'll pun for $1. We'll stop for 5. I'll stop." Okay, back to the silliness. All right. Do you guys want me to go another hour? Do you want me to continue? Or do you want me to stop punning right now and go away and go to bed? Up to you. I am going to work on an ear while we're here. Ears are fun. I'll use the same color. We'll whoop. And we're going to use this drawing over here to kind of work with this. For those of you who are wondering what I'm working in, I am working in Adobe. It used to be called Flash, but it's called Animate now. I like it better than Illustrator. It has some features that I like a lot better. I think, whoops. I think I want, just got to move the whole thing. There we go. That might be a little, okay, we got the general gist. It's so I can grab a line. If I want to move a line, I can grab it and move it. So like, I don't like that. I want to give him jowls instead. And in order to do that, you can do that in Illustrator. Don't get me wrong, but you end up grabbing Bezier handles. Let me see, it's is it this subselection? So you end up grabbing points and grabbing those points and moving Bezier. So you see those handles that are those little purple handles there. Those are the handles for the Bezier curve. And all of these are points. And I have the ability to work at that level, but why when I can just do that? So that's one of the features of the software I really, really enjoy. We're going to, speaking of that, let's bring in the ear curve. Dun, dun, dun. Maybe a little more curve in there. I don't know, it just seems to be like swatting a fly with a nuke, when I can just come in here and just grab things and manipulate them. It's a little more manual, I guess. The other one's a little more math. And if I were to get into Illustrator more, which I really should, I would probably learn to flow with it, and it wouldn't feel like math. All right, you know what? Don't like that. I don't know if I can do that in Illustrator. I'm sure I can, considering they're both Adobe products. But that was just faster. So now I've got an ear. Give you an earful. Oh, told you, $5, I'll stop. And now I'm going to copy this. And I really wish this was... Hey, Adobe, if you're listening, make this a freaking hotkey. They go, you can do it yourself. I'm lazy. Alright. Big ears. And we'll just clean these up. Well, that's looking different. Alright. Kind of like where that's going. Oh, what kind of nose? What kind of nose? I think I'm going to give him a square nose. Square nose? Follow me. Square. And it'll be pink, because it's a nosy. So I have a line. Actually, I probably wanted to define that line a little bit more, so let's grab the whole thing. See what I did? Double clicked, and I was able to select every piece of the line, even though it's intersecting the blue. And I'm going to move it over. This is my nose line. I kind of like it where it is, but intersecting that? Probably not. I'm sure it's best if I did, but I'm not gonna. I've never been known to doing what's best. Hey, let's fix that squiggle. There we go. Okay, back to the square nose. Why, yes, I'm glad you asked. Whoop. And I'll have to draw half of... Actually, I don't have to be symmetrical anymore. So I'm going to cut that from the seam, but I need to make sure I still have it, so I'm going to make it a ref, or a layout bit, but apparently everything I just typed didn't matter. I've been having problems like that. And then I'm going to paste it right back in place so I have it. It's referenced if I need it. But now it's not going to be in my way. And I'm just kind of working on whatever this layer is here. And everything's on that layer. I should divide this stuff out, but it actually takes more time. And I can work probably a little bit faster. I know I'm going to regret this at some point, but for now I'm just going to do this face as one big piece. Oh, he has a square nose. That doesn't look right. You're right, it doesn't. Watch this. Hold my beer. And this is really all I need. We'll hide that layout piece. And I'm going to have this nosy come down to here. Do I want to do that on both sides? Let's flush that out first. Put that there, because asymmetry, yay. Yeah, that works. And now he has a square nose, and it's okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of unify this whole thing. I don't think there's anything I really need to... I'm going to regret it. I know I'm going to do this. I'm going to be like, why did I do that? But I think I'm in a good spot. I will do this, though. Before I do any of that silliness, I'm going to go ahead and pull him apart, because I know if I don't, I'm going to regret it. And I'm going to put things on different layers. The ears can stay on this layer. And the nose can stay on this layer, but I think this is going to be called the face, or head. And then we're going to create a eye layer. I just know I will regret it if I don't do this. And then we're gonna paste them back. Now the eyes and everything else can be one unified. I'm just gonna make everything blue. Just to make it unified, just so we can see what it's going to look like. And even the eyebrows can be blue. There we go. This is a better idea what he's going to look like. Still looks angry. Very angry. You guys still out there? I've noticed we've bounced around from a handful of people to just a few people to a handful of people to just a few people. For those of you who do come by, I want to say thank you very, very much for coming by, sticking with me this far. I know you guys are at work and are busy, and so that you sneak me in even just to listen to, yup, still here. You've had your coffee. Like your spirit. Sticking with me this long and listen to my silliness and watching me do my thing. Nope, you did it in all caps. Thank you very much, Sam. I'm going to have me some more coffee, and again, ta-da, if you really want to. I'm not going to beat that dead horse. Yes, I am. I'm going to beat that dead horse. Jeff, why are you beating that horse? Jeff needs new equipment. It's that simple. All right, back over to here. Hey, Stellar, how you doing? Wow, long time no see. How are you guys holding up over there? I catch his live streams from time to time, and absolutely amazing sketches. He is a god with a pencil, as far as I'm concerned. But hi. All right, back to whatever it is I do. I haven't figured that out yet. What am I going to be when I grow up? I have no idea. Now, why are the eyebrows on a layer right there? Well, to be honest, so I can get things underneath them, such as this hat, which is the next thing I think I'm going to draw. And I think I'm going to keep the quirkiness of the hat as is. We're doing okay? Yay! That's awesome. I'm really hoping to see everybody at conventions and just being silly and getting together and doing art stuff, because I miss doing art stuff with my art friends. All right, not that I don't like doing stuff with my other friends. I like doing art stuff with my other friends too. Let's do the hat. The hat's going to go underneath the eyebrows. Should probably go over the eyes if it falls down. Insert a layer. We're going to call this hot. Because let's face it, 90% of this guy is either beard or hat. Yay! Oh, really? Is that a good convention? Because I don't know anything about that one. We'll have to, if you could IM me some information, I would love that. I don't even know what it is, but Comic-Con, I think it's going to be a blast. From what little I've heard, that'll be fun. All right, hat. Let's pick a hat color. I choose this weird pink again. That's not a weird. Actually, this is a really nice pink. What is this? FF00FF. Oh, that's the hex. Let's see what the RGB is. I'm just curious for myself, because that's a really pretty pink. Okay, so it's just all blue and all red in RGB. So RGB is measured from 0 to 225 or 250, or used to be a 256 color palette. So 0 being the first color in that palette. Oh yes, please send me as much info as you care to. And then going up to 255, which is the other end of this palette, and using that range through RGB, you can create most colors. It is better to do it through CMYK for printing. That way you get more accurate colors. Then this is hue, saturation, and I don't remember what B stands for. But it doesn't matter. That's a pretty purple, or pink purple. I like this. This is a really fun purple. I got purple stuck in my brain now. Pink. Same weekend as, oh, well, that's not cool. Hey, TJ, how you doing, man? Good to see ya. Same weekend as Tucson Comic-Con, which means it's September 2nd through the 4th. Unfortunately, I'm going to be down in Tucson for that one, as shown there. So if it's that weekend, then I'm already going to be down there. But I still would like the information, because normally Tucson Comic-Con is in November. I don't know why they made the move to step on other well, it doesn't matter. When you hold a convention, you're going to step on some other convention's toes. So it's okay, and I don't think anyone planned on it. It's just for purposes of getting organized. I'm glad you stopped in, TJ. All right. We're going to go back to this pink, and we're going to draw a hat. It's going to be fabulous. Or fabulous, for those of you who know me. Let's get this in here. Yeah. Dink. Dink. There, I like that better. And we're going to get this in here. Hopefully I can do it. Hope there's enough. Yeah, now, see. Might want to do that with two. Just because I like this line and this line, the way they arc. And I could probably get it, but I get a little more control doing it like this. And then double click it and smooth the arc, get rid of that point there basically. Alright, and then because it's me, I gotta do these weird things that come in from behind. And how do I get a print I saw at the last con you're at, but I can't find on my site? Yeah, I am the artist. I know a guy. And do you vaguely know what the print is off the top of your head? Is it like one of these behind me? One of these, yeah, one of these behind me here. And then I probably should go back over here and show what I was doing with the hat, because I didn't realize I hadn't gone back. This is why I need a live editor. Anyway, poor guy would have a heart attack trying to keep up with me. Where is Jeff going? Why is he so freaking spastic? Have you met me? Okay, we're getting rid of that line. And we're going to put that in here. And to be fair, most artists are fairly spastic. The others are introverts. That's what I've learned over the years anyway. You're either one side of the coin or the other. It's really interesting. It's not 100% true all the times, but typically, if you're going to get into stereotypes, I mean, we are a very spastic lot. You froze on my end, so I will watch this later to get my answer. Gotta get to a meeting. Take care, TJ, and reach out to me. Watch this later. If you're watching this later, IM me on Facebook, or you can reach out to me on my personal email, which is jperryman@gmail.com. That goes for all of you. If you want to do commission work, if you're interested in any prints that I have to sell, just reach out to me and I'll be sure to get them to you. Now, the Chain Reaction store will have these ultimately as soon as I get through a few hoops and hurdles, and that just means I've got to get off my tush, because it's all on me, to connect up with the amazing person who designed my site for me, and just kind of get that stuff on there. So all you guys have got to just go click, I want it. So right now there's I don't think there's anything for sale on the site, so hopefully that'll change soon. And back to the live action of Jeff drawing a hat. Where will he go now, that crazy artist? More flair in there, yeah. Let's move this over just a hair. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect. I don't know. I like this more than I like this. So we're going to do that on both sides. We're going to block it out first. Alright, and then bring it that. It's got a little squishiness to it. Squishy, squishy. Squishy. Squishy hat. You know, now that we've done that, alright, we're gonna do computer tricks. Because you can't do this on paper as easily. I know that this and that need to have a connecting line. And so I can do that and remove that, and then those 2 points make more sense. Yay! Hey, Mr. the Frog, what's my flying fish? Yes, New Zealand. Whoa! Woo! There we go. Here we go. Here we go. See, it's just easier just to grab a point and do this than to try to mess with a bunch of handles and curves. Alright, that's still zeroed out, so let's I vaguely get that into place, and I'm going to make this green just so I have the ability to mess with it a little bit easier. The original flavored. I don't know if I want it on his forehead though. And then, oops. Because his hat's tilted a little bit. Let's tilt the gem in the right direction. All right. Here's Mr. Grumpy so far. Let's hide the reference. Oh yeah, he looks proper grumpy. Proper grumpy. Very proper grumpy. All right. Going to say, let's get rid of that. Let's take the whole hat and let's make it that blue. And let's do the same for the eyebrows, just so we can see what's going on. Whoops, we didn't want to hide those. We wanted to actually do things with those. Alright, and I still draw as if I'm going to animate stuff. I don't know why. That's why everything's broken down, so I could take the individual eyebrows and do stuff with them, or the eyes, or whatever. And of course, wow, was an amazing when I just got going on to a rant about doing This individual does not need to be animated. Boy, he has some sunken in jawline, doesn't he? That is an amazingly sunken jawline. I don't know why I drew it like that. I guess just because I knew it was going to be underneath the beard, and this is the line the beard may or may not take, depending on the finished product. Kind of like that fuzziness of this character. Kind of raw, lots of soot, dirt, lots of reds and yellows. Kind of stereotypical. Not sure how I feel about that just yet. let's work on that mustache. Let's see how that makes me feel. So we're going to insert another layer. We'll call it stash. And that'll kind of determine how much of the beard I do and how I want it to look. Because it's a fire mage, let's do his stash in red. And I like this general shape. I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with it. You can do so many things with 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. And play with the general shape. I want to do that like that. And then I think I'm going to drop it just a little bit below the nose. And let's copy it just to see. I'm not feeling it right now, but I might after I do this transform. Let's bring that into there. And let's see how that feels. Let's remove the rough. Now he just looks like an upset chef. He does. He looks like a chef. Les poissons, les poissons. How I love les poissons. Yep. Well, I have options. I have hit a crossroad, literally. I was originally planning on doing this big, furry, heavy bearded guy, right? Which is what we've got in the sketch. And I can still go that direction. But the evil goatee is now lurking in my brain. Oh, I love these little crossroads where you go, I'm planning on to do blah, and you do anything but blah. I really like the way this guy's looking. All right, let's zoom in here so you guys can see him a little bit better. Beard, goatee, no beard, just all chin, which means I'd have to fix his face a little bit. What do you guys think? This is a fire wizard. Yes, it is going to be, ooh, evil goatee votes Sam. All about the interesting facial hair. Oh my. All right, hang on. We're going to go deep. Beard Wars cartoon version. We already have. I have a fighter with an amazing beard. Can't remember. Does he have a beard? He has a big mustache. He doesn't have a beard. So, at this point in time... Ooh, evil goatee. All right, evil goatee it is. Never mind. All right. Sharpen up your knives. Let's see what we can do with this. I'm going to start it off on its own layer, but it probably will not stay there. And we'll just start, let's get this layout line back, because my chin was never designed for this. And let's just lay in a circle for the moment. Just kind of get a rough idea of the volume I want this goatee to have. That is a lot of volume. I don't think I want quite that much volume. And it's not centered. There we go. Actually, let's move this whole thing up. So it goes up into here. And then to get the line I want, it's probably going to be more like... something along these lines. Now let's turn this its own color so I can work with it a little better. Let's go to that fabulous purple that I had stuck in my head earlier. I think the line I want. It's going to be something along these lines here. Excuse the pun. Let's work on that a little bit more. That's okay, we can do that. Weird, but we'll work with it. All right. Did not come in here looking for a beard war. Got a beard war. I love it. All right, so let's take this, and this. Let's make a copy. Oops, we need that too. Make a copy. And let's go modify, transform horizontal, and hope this all fits. Yeah. All right, so now we get rid of this goofiness. Doink. Ooh, I think we've got something going on here. All right, so let's rough this up just a little bit. And we're going to hide everything except for this layer and, whoops, and the layout, because I need the layout still in here. All right, so let's rough this up just a little bit. Let's do it like this. Not that anyone's going to see this. Oops, ran out of tablet. Let's move some things around here. Let's see how this is going to look. Oops, ran out of tablet again. Really need to quit doing that. I want him to be a little rough and scraggly because he is a fire mage. Oops, I don't want that line. I want this line. Not quite that bad though. There we go. Let's see how this looks cleaned up. See some spots that didn't connect. There we go. And let's bring everything back except for the background. And let's hide the layout line. Ooh, that's interesting. May not leave that as let's grab the stash. unexpected but fun. So, here's what we're going to do. I am going to grab the beard. It's a little scruffier than I want, but I think it's going to work. So we're going to grab this, and then we're going to remove it. And then we're going to come down here to the head. I probably shouldn't do this, but we're going to paste it in place just so I can do this. Background color. I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to grab the stash and fill it with the same color as the background, same with the eyebrows, which are locked. And where's the hat? Hat's here. Just so we can get a better idea of what this guy is going to look like. And I probably could have done that with the goatee to begin with, because I'm an idiot. So let's put everything back. There we go. And let's do that from here, because I'm a moron. But we do that. That's why you guys love me. I'm an adorable, lovable moron. Alright, this has got a gap in it somewhere. There we go. That was so much easier than what I went through the first time. Alright. Goatee or full beard now? I might go back to the circular goatee and clean it up so it's not so scruffy, but I figure I'd give it a whirl. Scruffy goatee or more smooth, kind of like the mustache currently is, like we started off with before I roughed it up, which I can go completely back to, which is awesome. So for example, because we have the power. Evil pointy goatee. Ah, alright, hang on. See how far back my thing will let me go. Because it's easier. Okay. That's good enough. That's easy to work with there. That's as far back as it'll let me go. And to be fair, that's easier to clean up than before. All right. So because I'm working in the computer, being able to make these changes is all right. Evil pointy. All right. So I'm going to grab. That's not going to work, is it? Come on, work with me. Oh, you're going to be like that, huh? All right. I have a way around this. Ha! That's the part I want to keep anyway. Let's grab everything and hide everything but the ref, because now the ref is getting to a point where it's not relevant. At least for now. Let's hide that. All right. Oh, actually, I need that. We're going to take we'll take a purple line here, and we're going to go evil pointy goatee, kind of like that. Yo, actually, you know what? Evil pointy goatee. Hang on. I think I might have something here. With a curl. Evil pointy with a curl. So So we're going to get rid of this for the moment. Trust me. Gonna have some fun. I hope. Not working quite as stylistically as I was hoping. So let's change tax here real quick. Might just keep the okay. I think I know what I want to do now. Keep you on this line. And then you come down. Go ahead and finish this line. Yeah, let's move that layer out of the way. Maybe. And then let's cut in a couple of so a little more stylistic. No guarantees it's going to work. Then we go back to our let's fill things to see how they look. Oh, let's also unlock things. What do you think about that? Yeah, I'm looking for an evil wizard look. Now let's take the mustache. Yeah, should probably get rid of the fills on this. Otherwise it won't work. And let's do something very similar with the nicks and the cuts. Oh, you like that, huh? We have Sam's approval. Okay, then we're gonna go dink, dink, dink. And then let's make it les poissons, how I love les poissons. We'll put a notch in one of those eyebrows. I think this one. So now we're getting some character. Hey, now we're cooking with gas. Dink, dink. Delete. And then we're using the blue. Not that it really matters at this point. We'll put a nice little notch right there. Just a little. We don't need to do too many. I think just the one's enough. Yeah. Alright. He still needs a little hair, or should we leave him bald? I was thinking of putting little tufts, kind of like in the original drawing, although now it'd be hard to see because we've got grays in the way. But you see how we've got this tuft right there. I liked that, but you know what? I kind of am liking him as is. All right. What do you guys think? I'm liking where this is going. I'm gonna get me some coffee. Let you guys look at him for a second. I swear, working collaboratively is much more fun. Alrighty, let's block out some general colors here, or just gray tones. I know it's a stark transition, isn't it? No. Go back to that. Thank you. Then we go to this. And this is just me roughing out some colors just to get... I think I lost you guys for a second. Can we do a singe on the bottom since it's a fire wizard? We can put a little flame there. But I think I lost you guys for a second. Oh my. Okay, now we're going to add a little... Nope. Why is it I'm still on that? Back up here. Thank you. Alright, we'll do this the hard way. Haha. Haha. Ho ho. Ooh. Let's back those both up. Let's make this like this, and then we'll get some black in there. Get back to the head. Put some little color into there. Let's do this. It's the same color. Let's do this. Whoop. Hey, work with me. Where's my hat? There's my hat. My computer is acting all persnickety right now, which is, you know, not a surprise. It's my computer. Just for the moment. Might have to adjust his ears a little bit. But with just some color, oop, those are the wrong color. There we go. And remember, there's going to be a flame on top of his hat. Maybe a little one on his beard. I might bring that down a little bit. What do you guys think? like that? What am I doing? I don't know. I'll figure it out soon enough. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Maybe it's curved the wrong way. That's why I don't like it. It's better, but I don't know if I like it or not. Well, this is not how I thought this guy was going to start, and I clearly did not build him for this, but he's definitely working out. So we bring the ref back up. It's not as fuzzy, but I like him. I likes him a lot. Keeping the spirit of this character. Wizards don't have to be completely fuzzy, now do they? Well, from here is to draw the body. And of course this sketch was not designed for what I want to use it for, so I'm going to have to do some redesigning. And while I'm in there, I might come up with some different ideas. But I had to keep the hat. The hat was just too much fun to not keep. Now it'll be lots of fun. And it's going to be in the, Michelangelo pose, the T pose, as like these characters are. Like these guys are in T poses. Sort of, kind of. Over here, let's save this guy. I would hate to go through all that work and lose him. There we go. Maybe I can make the goatee just a little bit fluffier. So it encompasses just a little more space, but I think that's good. That does have its... Oh, it does. Well, let's real quick just see how that would work. Let's scale from here. I said let's scale from here. Of course, I can tweak the face to fit that. I like it being a little more... Oh, did we lose you? Yeah. Did you lose me? Over here. I also might have quit talking. Yeah, my computer and my internet both make doing streaming a challenge. Oh, yay, we're back. Yay, Marco Polo. There we go. While I was away, I fluffed his beard just a little bit. Now I'm going to tweak it. Oops, not there though. I want everything to come from here. Just tweaking everything so it just lines up a little bit. Oh yeah, it's Prime Day. I didn't think about that. You're right. Of course. According to this, my whole stream restarted. I am now at 7 minutes and 54 seconds. So for those of you who are watching this, apparently this is part 2. Wow. All right. And this one's not only going to be for a few more minutes because we're now at 11:51, and at noon I got to go away. So that was really interesting. It literally restarted the whole stream, and from my end, I never saw anything go wrong. That's really interesting. Right? A lot going on in those 7 minutes. Almost a couple hours worth happened in that 7 minutes. Alright, so here we are. I fluffed his beard a little bit, realigned him because it was a little off center. I kind of like this little quirk we got going here. Let's see if I see how much this, I'm gonna hate that or not. No, I kind of like the angles that generates. Just cause. I almost wanted to go tink and then snap down again. Oh, there. Well, yeah. Oh no. BK Kid 4449. Can you not hear me anymore? I know that there were internet issues on my end, and everything just went for a second. Wow. Let's see. Let's check these notifications out. I'm at a consistent, I would say average 40% frame loss. And something happened and knocked me completely out. Can you hear me at all now, BK Kid? Oh, sweet. Thank goodness. By the way, thank you for joining us, BK. I'm really happy to see that I'm getting other viewers who are popping in and saying hi, and I really hope that the stuff that I'm doing is something that interests you. I do 3D work. I do game design and stuff like that, so this is all an ongoing process. You know, art, comics, games, it's me. So thank you for joining me. I do appreciate that you hanging in there and checking out what I'm doing today, as I am with Stellar as well. I'm very, very happy to have everybody in here. All right, so the community. We started with this fuzzy, angry, not exactly symmetrical drawing, and we are at, except for the line down the center, we're here. So that you may not know what this is for, BK Kid. This is going to be for a game called Battle Badges, and on the buttons we have these characters that are in 4 quadrants, and so they're going to be in the Michelangelo pose. It also means that the characters need to be mostly straight on. As you can see, this guy's just slightly turned, just a little bit, the one hand back a little bit further than the other, but for the most part, they're going to be mostly in this Michelangelo pose like this guy is in. This is one of the original fire characters. And so now I'm going through and doing the mages. There are 3 elements, colors. Red, blue, green. How original. But we have ice or air, or, you know, it was a lot of back and forth, and so we ended up with, he was going to be an air wizard, and he turned out to be a storm wizard, and I like that idea with him. So this was something I drew on my last live stream, and so now we're doing the fire mage, and this is where we're starting. Hopefully we're going to end up with something like this. And his contemporary for the fire mage, let me see, file, open, let's get the fire, this is the fighter for the mage. So this is the general style of how these characters are going to look. And hopefully when I get done, there'll be this level of detail in all of them. I'm really happy with the way this guy came out. So this is our fire warrior, or fighter, and then we're going to have a fire mage to be his contemporary. We hope. And I'm going to have a lot of fun with this guy. So now that we've totally redesigned what this guy is, which I'm loving. I love it when the community comes in and makes suggestions. I love it when I get at a crossroads and I go, you know, we can go this way or we can go this way. Which way do you guys want to go? And so this is the direction that the people in this stream have pretty much pushed this character. I kept the hat. I love the hat. Don't know why. Love the hat. And so moving forward, I mean, do we do this robed character? Do I do something a little more interesting? And what is that little bit more interesting? I'm not sure. We're running out of time today, unfortunately. I am so happy that you were able to join us on Twitch. Thank you. Like, share, follow, thumbs up, thumbs down, sideways, share with your friends, throw in the garbage. Doesn't matter. It's just fun. I like hanging out with my friends. And speaking of which, we are getting to the point where we're going to wrap this up. So I'm going to save Fire Mage here. And I will probably work on him offline and bring him back next stream. But for now, let's go ahead and wrap up because I do work nights and I have to go to bed so that I can get up and work 10 hours. Yay! More fun than humans are allowed to have, but hey, I sit on my butt for a living and I work from home so far, so I like it. Let's make sure everyone's good there. Drop frames 42% over the last 2 minutes. I don't know if that's my internet, if that's my network card, if this is just this old computer. I'm sure there are all kinds of factors. And to that end, if you do want to help me out with equipment or just kind of generally help out and grow, share this with your friends. Share this with people you think might find it interesting. Share this with people who are just going to poke fun at me and laugh. That's fun too. I don't care. Share this with anyone that you think would find this fun. Like, subscribe, share, follow. I'm on 3 platforms. I'm on Twitch, I'm on Facebook, and I'm on YouTube. So whatever's appropriate to the platform that you're viewing this on. Most of you are going to probably see this later. I do sell prints and arts. I had somebody come on here earlier who was wanting to buy a print. And right now we do have a store which is there, but it's not functioning at the moment. That's my fault, no one else's. So I've got to get into gear and fix that. If you want to buy directly from me, this September I'm going to be at Tucson Comic-Con, the 2nd through the 4th. Please come on out. Please come on out if you can. There's also another convention called CocoCon. Gilead and Stellar are both going to be there. And he sells amazing, beautiful Frazetta style art, and I love his pencils. He also does fun little goblins and other things as well. So if you can't come to Tucson and you're going to be in town, go to that one. And it's a little more local. As for me, I'm going to be showing off battle badges, which is what these characters that I'm drawing here are for. And if you want to help out the channel and support me directly, the link right, I gotta move my cup, here, buymeacoffee.com/chainreaction. All the caffeine just goes to fuel this art engine of mine and the silliness that happens from there. In the future, just so that you know, we're going to be working on comics. We're going to be working on books. I'm just trying to get battle badges in a place that it can kind of be born and go out into the world and get it ready for September. But in the meanwhile, I'm going to have to go to bed. And I love you guys. Thank you very much for sticking around this long. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and putting up with my shenanigans. And just know that you're loved. And you are worthy of being loved. Not by me only, but by everyone. This world is so difficult as it is. You don't need to beat yourself up. You're amazing. And remember, if people cannot handle you at your worst, they don't deserve you at your best. It is those who are sticking by you that you want in your life. So, with that being said, I hope to see you guys next week. I love you. You're amazing. Please support me the best you can with likes, thumbs ups, thumbs down, shares, follows, whatever it takes. And know that it's all appreciated. In the meantime, you guys take care, and I'll see you next week. Thank you very much.